And today I will be demonstrating a game idea I came up with. I've called it SineTron, and it's a game that's based on a sine wave, and there's these balls that are attached to the wave, and it's kind of like Pac-Man, that when the balls are white you cannot touch them, but when they're color you get points for touching them. And at the top you can see that there's red, green, and blue, and whenever I touch a green one I get a green point, blue one, blue point, red, I get a red point. And so you just go on doing that, touching them, and it's coming to an end. So now time's up. You can see the current score. This is just a multiplier, and it progressively gets larger and larger as the game goes on. So you get more and more points for every ball that you touch. And you heard that whenever you touch it, when it's white, it made that, you did a bad noise and your health went down, and the health regenerates at a specific rate. And if we go to the code, there's just a few things I want to show about that. It's in the soundtrack that you hear is actually from this, which is this. It's a sequencer. And during the setup, here it is. This is called in the setup, and you see all these random. They make a random number from 1 to 12, and 1 to 12, 1 to 4, and these are used to just kind of make up the tempo or the pitch of the sounds. And so every time you start the game, you get a unique, one-of-a-kind soundtrack. And then you can change the way that the wave looks. And here we'll see period. If we change the period, we will get it to look differently. You see now it's, that's kind of goofy, but cool in its own way. If we modify the amplitude, this is kind of a inconvenient way to do it, but I'll just do it like that. It'll work differently now. The amplitude will get a lot higher and a lot lower, so you can see it reacts in a cool way, which, this level is not really useful because you can't dodge it. But if I change the period to something else, it'll be usable again. There, and I like it because it always makes cool movements, and it's just fun to just watch. And so now I'm gonna be showing off the menu that I made with Sprite Builder. Menu for SineTron, and we can see a place to put in your name, select level, options, or quit. And select name, you can either pick somebody who you've already been here, or you can type in your new name. And here we have the select level screen, which these would just get progressively harder, and these would be similar to each other. It could be the same kind of wave, and then but the wave gets harder in some way, and then this would be a totally different looking wave, and it gets harder, and that different wave. And options, just volume, music, soundtrack, about, just say made by me, blah blah blah. And there we go. I push quit, and now I'm going to show that I did localization for this menu system, so it can do Spanish, it can do French and Japanese, And I did it for Norwegian too because I'm Norwegian descent and I thought that'd be cool, but you know, I can't figure out, that doesn't work. Alright, so here we can see SineTron with Japanese as its localization. So now you can see, you know, this was you know, player name, this was level select, this was about, and this was quit. So if we go into name, we can see that, you know, this is player name, this is go back to main menu, this SineTron. These are static, so they don't update. But if we go to the level select, here we can see, you know, this is level select, and this is the Japanese version of what would be 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. And if we click on one of them, you can see that now, you know, this would say level 1A. This is player high score, and this is just, you know, high score for everybody. And go back and settings. So, you know, these are the sound and the music and the sound effects, and then this is about. So you can see that it all nicely changes to Japanese characters by just changing what, you know, the localization.